And guys, it's free. It is free.com. Like, free. Anything free in life, take it. Hey guys, it's your girl Kelly and welcome back to the Kultured K Family. I am here today. I'm hoping I can make this video really short and quick, but I've been getting a lot of questions on like how I moved to Houston, and I moved from a different state. So I thought I would try to get this video done for you guys. It is currently 1 a.m. in the morning. So while I'm up, face is beat, let's try to get this video done. So I'm just gonna go through, and I do have a book here with some notes, that's why I'm looking down, but I do have a few points that I kind of want to go over how I made my move to Houston from a new state. So if you're interested in watching, just go ahead and stay tuned. And by the way, I gave you guys a background change. You guys are probably tired of seeing the plants, the one plant in the corner. So I'm in my kitchen today. I'm a little tipsy, guys, but I'm going to go ahead and get this video done for you. So if you're interested in watching, stay tuned. So the first thing that was really important to me when I made my move, and disclaimer for all who is not aware, I was living in Florida, South Florida, West Palm Beach to be exact, and I moved to Houston. So what was really important for me was I definitely had to save at least a set amount of money. I can't tell you what's a good price for you, but for me, I only saved $3,000, and $3,000 is not a lot. I know people that have saved way more. I mean, there's people who kind of move here with less and $0 at least, but for me, I saved $3,000. And my second point on how I moved to Houston was you need to budget, and then this goes back into saving how much money you saved. So like I mentioned, I saved $3,000, but I had to go through my budget on what I had to pay for. If you're fortunate enough to have family members or friends to kind of help you with certain payments, then kudos to you. Take all the help that you can get. But for me personally, I really did everything on my own and by myself. So I really had to make sure that what I saved was able to cover specific costs. And this is my breakdown of my budget, right? So I personally, this is my first apartment, so I don't have prior furniture to move, anything like that. So I personally did not have to worry about paying any movers. But if it's different for you in your situation, you want to make sure that that is within your budget as well to pay, so that you have enough to, of course, pay the delivery guys. Something else that was a part of my budget, and I think you guys should be very cognizant of, is apartment fees. Applying for different apartments gets really, really expensive. I applied for this apartment. This was the only apartment I applied for, and I got through with it. I think it's definitely important that you kind of narrow in on maybe 1 or 2 apartments, because guys, those apartment fees add up. I'm talking about you're paying for a $200 or like $150 application fee, and then you have to pay another $150 for a security deposit. That alone is $300. And if you're going to be applying to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different apartments, that's 300 plus 300 plus 300 plus 300. Somebody do the math. That's a lot of money adding up. For me, I wanted to make sure that I only applied to 1 apartment and 1 apartment only. It was a one and done for me. And it may be different for you, but I will say, when you are searching for apartments, make sure that you know that you will check off on the criterias, right? If you know that this apartment you have to have A, B, and C, make sure that you can check off A, B, and C, because if you're gonna put in an application for an apartment and you don't meet requirement C, you're just wasting money, and there's a chance that you may not be approved for that apartment, you know. So that was something I budgeted for, was application fees for apartments, right? Another thing for me that I had a part of my budget was I have a car. I didn't drive to Houston, I flew here, but I had to ship my car. Depending on what company you go with, the price is gonna vary. Luckily for me, to ship my car cost me $500. I know with other companies it's like $700, maybe $800, $600. Like, it can vary. It really goes up and down. The company is different. But I had to budget for my car to be shipped from Florida to Houston. And this is all coming out of the $3,000 that I saved. So I have to make sure that everything is, you know, gonna be covered to be paid for, and I want to make sure that I do still get here with at least a little bit of money still in my savings. So that was something else I had to budget for. And then, you know, you want to budget for, of course, like groceries when you get here, if you want to eat, as well as when it comes to the apartment, you do have to pay first month's rent, so you do have to put that aside as well. So those are all different things, you know. I'm pretty sure there may be more, but for me that was basically it. As well as for me, it was very important that as soon as I got here, I got a bed. So that was another thing that was in my budget. So as soon as I got here, I bought my mattress probably the day after, and then I ordered my bed frame, and it came the following week. So number one, save. Know how much maybe give yourself a limit on how much you want to save, and then go through your budget. Can you get through everything from everything that you've saved? Again, if you can get the help from family members, take the help. I was not fortunate enough to have help from family members, and it's not that they didn't support me, but you know, we all hustling out here in these streets. We got our bills to pay. Everybody has to make ends meet on their own. So, you know, me, unfortunately, I was on my own. So definitely just make sure that you have your savings and you go through your budget thoroughly and make sure that everything kind of fits in to your savings. My third thing, or I guess my third check on my checklist of things, for me at least, I know that for everyone it may not be the same, but it was very important for me to have a job lined up. You know, when I was applying, I tried every job posting site. I've tried the LinkedIn, I've tried the Glassdoor, I've tried the Monster job, I've tried I've tried everything when it came to trying to find a job. I'm a person that likes stability, and I couldn't come here knowing that I didn't have a job waiting for me to start. So it was very important that I got that lined up. I will say that if you don't have a LinkedIn, or maybe you have a LinkedIn but it's not very active, you want to make sure that you get that back up and running, because I actually found my job on LinkedIn. It was a very good resource for me. I think definitely reaching out to different recruiters that's in Houston or wherever it is you want to move, because maybe this can help you move to a different state, maybe not Houston. But I reached out to so many recruiters every day. I reached out to at least 10 recruiters a day for like a good month. And you know, recruiters always respond. So whether or not they can help you, they can definitely pass your resume along. So it was very important for me to get my resume like in motion and moving around to different people for it to be seen. And at a certain point, I just had jobs lined up. I went from not getting anything to like I had things like lining up. So if it may help for you, definitely get your LinkedIn page active. Go ahead and just connect with different people. You may not know them. I didn't know anyone, but look for people in the Houston area or wherever it is that you want to move. I looked specifically for recruiters because this is their job. They're supposed to help you, connect with the right job and who's hiring. So you definitely want to connect with those people. You send them a message. I literally sent them a message saying, hi, I am moving to the Houston area. I am looking for a new job opportunity. I see that you're a recruiter here in this area. Are you able to pass my resume around? Guys, do not be afraid to ask. They are there to help for a reason. So you definitely want to just kind of put that out there. I did this maybe 2 months before I moved or before I got a job. You definitely don't want to do the job search too early because a lot of these companies are looking for someone to start kind of, right away. And if you're gonna do this now, but you're not gonna move for another 6 months, it doesn't really make any sense. So for me, I did it for maybe about like 2-3 months out from when I kind of had a set date in mind. So that's another, checkpoint on, what was important for me when I was in the process of my move. This is the part where I have got so many DMs about. People have commented on my apartment tour post, and if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It will be in the description box. But I have gotten this question so many times, and it's, how did you find your apartment? I will tell you that when you're looking for an apartment, this is the best thing that has ever happened to me. I got a locator. It was the best thing that I could have done when finding an apartment. Guys, Houston is so big. I started off looking at Zillow, like, the app Zillow.com or something like that, and then apartments.com. I started off on those apps, but guys, those apps are just sometimes not trustworthy and it's not very accurate at all. Houston is so big that you could be looking and you just don't know. Like you just really don't know. Plus the prices are always normally incorrect because it's just a kind of like a general price, and then you don't really get much information on like the area and like all that stuff. So I reached out I followed the page at Smart City HTX on Instagram. I also followed Fancy Apartments HTX on Instagram as well, and they post listings every day, different apartments. Sometimes majority of the time they will put the price in there, like in the description of the post, but they post different apartments every single day. You can either DM the page directly, or you can just leave a comment and say like, hey, how much is this place? Hey, where is this place? And they like DM you immediately. I reached out to the at Smart City HTX page. They responded to me, and they instantly assigned me a locator, and I am so thankful. My locator, her name is Allison. I'm gonna reach out to Allison on the side and see if it's okay for me to leave her information in the description box, because she was absolutely amazing. And guys, it's free. It is free.com. Like, free. Anything free in life, take it. You tell her everything. You tell her what area you want to be in, what area you don't want to be in. You tell her what is a must-have in your apartment, what's a compromise in your apartment, what you definitely don't want in an apartment. You tell her the area you want to be in. Did I say that already? You tell her, do you want carpet floors? Do you want wood floors? Do you want a gas stove? Tell her what's important. For me, it was important for me to be in a gated community. It was important for me to be in a safe area. It was also important for me when I found out where my job was going to be located. It was important for me to be close to my job. You tell her, or whoever your locator will be if you decide to go with the service, you tell them everything that you want, and they send you specific locations, specific apartments catered to what it is that you said that you want, and you just go from there. You don't have to go through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different apartments on apartments.com or on Zillow.com. Like, this is catered specifically for you. This is their job. They're handling everything for you. So Allison was able to send me a list of apartments. I went through them all. I told her, I don't like this one. Oh, this one is a really nice one. Send me more like this. Don't send me anything like this one. That, like, for example, right? And she sets up all of the apartment tours. So I came out here in the end of January of this year to tour all of the apartments, and she set up everything. She called each apartment. She said, hey, my client wants to view your apartment. What time available do you have? This is the day that she's gonna be here. Let me know. And she set up my whole entire schedule for when I moved out here. So it was definitely a blessing to have Allison, and you know, she made my apartment hunting so much easier. It could have been a lot more complicated, but she really made the process so easy for me. She handled everything, and I'm so thankful for her. So I'm definitely gonna reach out to her, like I mentioned, and I'm gonna see if I can leave her information in the description box. Unfortunately, she is no longer with Smart City HTX. She's now with Apartment Hunters HTX, which they still have pretty good apartments as well, as far as I can see on their Instagram page. So I will definitely see if I can leave her actual personal number in the description box, and you guys can definitely reach out to her. Let her know that your girl Kelly sent you. Let her know that I got her, because she was so great. She was amazing, fabulous, phenomenous. That's a word? I don't know. She was awesome. When I'm telling you, she made my apartment hunting just chef's kiss, like smooth. So big up to Allison for sure. Another thing that was on my list, and it kind of ties in with budgeting, it just kind of came back to my mind. But you know, if you're going to move here with your car or anything like that, you're gonna have to look into your car insurance. Make sure that you get that switched over. Make sure that you get your new quote in the new state. As well as when you get your apartment, you also have to look into renter's fee. A lot of times your car insurance will bundle, and you can get car insurance and renter's insurance bundled at like a discounted price. It worked out absolutely amazing. My car insurance has never been so cheap. Guys, I want you to know that in Florida I was paying like $250 on my car insurance, and in Texas I'm paying $83. Make it make sense, please. So definitely look into that. You want to switch over your car insurance, and then see if they bundle renter's insurance as well as you're gonna have to find a light company. If you have a gas stove like me, you're gonna have to find a gas company. More than likely the apartment complex will kind of tell you what gas company you have to go with, but you're gonna have to set that up as well. as well as a light company. There's a lot of different light companies out here. Your apartment complex can also recommend someone, but go with what's best, as well as getting your internet, blah blah blah. It should have been a part of budgeting, but those are just a few other kind of fees that kind of just came back to mind. My second to last thing, I'm almost done, I'm wrapping it up. Second to last thing is having the support of my friends and my family was awesome. It's really, really hard to do such a big move by yourself. If you're doing this by yourself, it's so hard to do this when you don't have any support. And I understand that not everyone has that type of support system, but if you can get that support, even if it's from just one person, that one person makes a difference, I'm telling you. So it was really, really big for me to have support during this move. My mom supported me, my best friend supported me, and my boyfriend supported me as well. Even though he's not living here with me, he supports me as well. My cousin, my aunt, and my other friends who I told, they played a big role in just kind of boosting me up and letting me know that I can do this, even though it's by myself. It's a new journey, but they really did give me that extra oomph, that extra push to be able to make this move happen. So I mean, again, everybody's situation is different, but if you can get that support system from even at least one person, it definitely makes all the difference. So I would say that's my second to last thing that was very important for me. And last but not least, my most important advice to give to you is you have to have faith. You really have to believe that everything will work out how it's supposed to be. I want you to know that if you're unaware, I moved to Houston March 2021. It's now August 2021. I actually tried to move in October of 2020, and prior to that, I lost my job due to COVID. I was out of a job for about a month and a half. I had just purchased my new car. I had to support myself from the savings that I was saving up for this move, and I had to support myself for a month and a half, and that went down. And while it was a very, very hard time for me, you have to trust and believe that God does everything for a reason, and his timing is the best timing. I think I was definitely trying to rush it too much, and I think God was telling me to slow down. But regardless of all of that, you have to have faith that this is going to happen how God wants it to happen. It's not going to be on your time, but trust and believe that God's timing is the best timing, guys. When I tell you that back then, when I was trying to move at that certain time frame, I was applying to jobs day after day after day, day in, day out, day in, day out. And when I tell you I got rejection after rejection after rejection after rejection, it gets tiring. It breaks you down mentally. It really brings you to a low point. But God, when I tell you, his timing is everything, and he does it for a reason, guys. You have to learn, and I have learned that there is a lesson behind everything. There's a reason why God does what he does. God wanted me to slow down. I think that I was rushing into this a little bit too quick. He had to tell me, ease up, girl, easy. It's not on you. This is on me. And when I tell you that everything started to fall into place, when January and February rolled around, it's like it was meant to happen. It was meant to happen. This is how it should have been. And when I tell you that, you know, like I said, I went from getting rejection after rejection after rejection to getting an offer, and I'm now deciding between offers. Like, when I tell you guys, you have to have faith. And if this is something that you really want to do, do not give up on it. You know, it may not work out immediately when you start. It may be a bit rocky when you start, but if this is a move and this is something that you really, really want to do, stick to it. Pray about it. I prayed for this. There are times when I'm literally in my apartment and I sit down and I'm like, wow, like I'm really here. Like, God, you really did this. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you look back at all the ish you went through and God brought you here, you have to be consistent at it. You know, do not get discouraged. Do not bring yourself down. Pray about it. Look to God when you're at your low moments. Thank God when He blesses you with even the smallest amount of blessing. You know, thank Him for those things and be very grateful of those things. Be very mindful of those things. That was something that was very evident in my mind, just like the small things on how He was trying to grow me in different areas before I was able to make this happen. So definitely just try to look at those, take those small wins, you know, appreciate those small wins and thank Him for stuff like that. You really do have to have faith. Pray about it. Pray. He is listening. He is listening. If you think He's not listening, He's listening to everything that you're saying. And you will see things slowly but surely fall into place when the time is right. So that is my last tip, my last point, my last objective on how I move here is that you have to have faith. Number one. I know I listed it last, but it needs to be at the top of your list, the top priority. Have faith that God will work this out for you when the timing is right for Him. What will be for you will always be for you. You don't have to rush it. You don't have to feel like it's either now or never. God will make it happen for you. So you just have to have faith and believe that this will happen at the right time, at the right moment. And so many other blessings are going to follow after that. So guys, that is it. That's all I have for you for this video. I really hope that this was helpful, and I also hope that this video is short. I really tried to keep this video short, but I really hope that this helped you. If you're deciding to move to Houston, or maybe you're going to a different state, maybe you're going to Atlanta, maybe you're going to Florida, I don't know, but I'm hoping that this video helps you wherever it is that your journey is taking you. This is what was important for me. What I did may not work for you, but it's good to have that insight, maybe. I don't know, but I'm really hoping that this helped anyone if they had questions, because I know a lot of people had questions from my apartment tour, and I've been getting a lot of DMs from that video as well. So I really do hope that this helps. And if you have any other questions, feel free to send me a DM on my Instagram. I'll leave that in the description box. You can also leave a comment as well. If it's like personal information, I won't answer in the comment, but if you do DM me, I do respond. I may not respond immediately. It's not because of anything, but it does. I don't see it all the time. So, but I will see it, I promise. So if you do have any questions, either leave a comment below or reach out to me on Instagram. I'll be happy to respond to anyone who has a question. If you like this video, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe to the Cultured K family because, you know, it's a consistent queen over here and we're continuing to grow each and every day. So come on over and be a part of the Cultured K family. Would love to have you over here. And the subscribe button is free, you know, so I don't know. Just go ahead and follow me or subscribe to me, as well as follow me on my social media. Also, if I do get the approval from Allison, like I mentioned, I will leave her information as well in the description box below, so you can reach out for her for your locating services. And I'll also link the apartment places from Instagram. I'll also leave their handles in the description box as well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, just go ahead and give a nice like on this video. Share it with a friend, share it with a family, share it with anyone, really, because this is great information. It's a great information. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I will go ahead and see you in the next video.